Hello, everybody. Welcome to our webinar today. It's our last webinar of the year, which is sad. We're so sad to leave you guys for a month, but we'll of course be back in January. And speaking of that, if you have any topics that you really want us to go over next year for a webinar, send me an email because I always love to hear everyone's suggestions. So I'm just gonna put my email here. Let me know what you want to see. But we're really excited for this one because we're going to be going over the best of 2023 in social and what we think is in store for 2024. And definitely tell us all your predictions and thoughts in the chat throughout this whole thing because we're very excited to share. But we'll hop right into it because we have a lot to go over today. So first we'll do some intros. So if this is your first webinar, you can know who we are. So my name is Alyssa and I'm a community manager here at HeyOrca. So I help with our webinars, our newsletter, Facebook group, all that good stuff. And I'm very excited to welcome Jessie. This is her first webinar as a host. So I'm very excited. So feel free to introduce yourself, Jessie.
Yeah, I am very excited as well. My first time here, as Alyssa said, though I have been in the audience quite a few times, so it feels very familiar now. But yeah, I'm the growth marketing manager here at HeyOrca, and I'm approximately 1 month on the job, which is very exciting. And my whole job is to just grow our pod size and get more social media managers to take back their day. So here to help, and yeah, super excited to be here. I'll pass it over to Ketsia next.
This is so exciting. Welcome, Jessie, to your first ever webinar. But hi, everyone. I'm Ketsia. If you are very active on LinkedIn, you probably have seen me post so many times. But if you haven't, make sure you follow us on LinkedIn. But I am the social media community manager, and I do everything related to social media and even our influencer program. I mean, I would say creator program. I think people don't like the word influencer anymore, but that's kind of what I do. So make sure you follow us on socials so you can go and chat with me over there.
Love it. Thank you. Yes, and Ketia's been sending our LinkedIns in the chat. So if you want to connect with us, we would love that. And before we move on to our giveaways, I do want to mention we do have a Facebook group called HeyOrca Community. So I'm going to send a little pop-up link. This is my first time doing that. So love it. Pop-up link if you want to join the group. It's an awesome space. We have almost 5,500 people in there, so it's great. And we also have a newsletter as well. So our newsletter goes out Monday to Friday, filled with webinar reminders, free resources, social updates, all that good stuff. So feel free to subscribe if you haven't already. And the best part of the webinar, we love to do giveaways. And since this is our last webinar, we're adding 3 giveaways this time instead of 2. So 3 opportunities to win some HeyOrca merch points for our merch store. So in our merch store, we have a bunch of different HeyOrca merch, but we also have snacks because everyone loves snacks. So, there's something for everyone in there. So there's 3 ways you can win today. So the first one, head over to our Instagram story. We have a poll there right now. Vote on that poll, and I will be randomly selecting someone from there. The second way is if you're a HeyOrca customer, let us know in the chat what your favorite HeyOrca feature release was this year. So let us know in the chat, and then I'll be randomly selecting one of you at the very end. And then our third opportunity to win, you actually have 24 hours for this one. So you don't need to do anything right now, but tag us on Instagram, LinkedIn, I almost said Twitter, X, whatever social platform you use most. Let us know that you were in this webinar and maybe what your 2024 social media prediction is. So you have 24 hours to do so. And then tomorrow we will be choosing a winner from there. So tag us on whatever social platform you use most, and you could be walking away with merch points. So 2 of the 3 giveaways will be announced at the end of the webinar, and then the last one will be announced tomorrow. So definitely do that. And I also see, by the way, your CEO said you guys were great in the social next. Yes, he was talking at that today. That's awesome. Love that. All right, so we're going to get right into it because we are covering so much today. So we're going to hop right in. So we're going to be doing a quick HeyOrca roundup. So I'm going to be going over our biggest feature releases and some really cool stats. And then we have some social media awards. So if you noticed on our socials this week, we have some different categories and you guys have been voting. So we're going to tell you who the winners are for that. And then there are so many stats we're going to be going over that you should know going into the new year, including the results from our social media manager role and compensation survey. So that's really, really interesting. And then we're going to go over our predictions. So we're very excited. So I'll get right into it. So we released a ton of features this year. So I'm going to be going over that. But before I do that, there are some cool numbers here that I really wanted to share with everybody. So in HeyOrca this year, there was over 1.7 million posts published. That's crazy. That's insane. Good job, everybody, on all of the posts that you've done this year. That's a crazy number. When I was thinking about what the number would be, for some reason, I didn't know it would be this high. It's so many. So that's awesome. So big shout out to all the social media managers using HeyOrca. And now the top networks in HeyOrca that people are posting to, number one is Facebook, which is interesting because sometimes I feel like Facebook is not as popular as it was, but it's number one network that people are posting to within HeyOrca. So that's pretty cool. Number two is Instagram, and number three is LinkedIn, which is very cool because I think LinkedIn is on the rise right now. So we'll see what these are next year, if Facebook still holds number one. I don't know if it will, but we'll see. Been loving Facebook Marketplace. Same. One of my favorite places to look. And of course, these are our top 4 most used features in HeyOrca this year. So creating, editing, and copying a post is number 1. Copy post is one of my favorite features in HeyOrca. It saves so much time. So no surprises there that that's number 1. And then it's followed by bulk actions in the calendar, another great time-saving tool. Sharing, and then event strips, number 4. I feel like event strips are like a small but very powerful feature because it really can help keep your calendar organized. So that's the top 4 from this year. And then I did pull a few of our biggest feature releases that I definitely wanted to mention today. So the first one is we released drag and drop. So you can drag and drop while you're uploading content to a post, and you can also do it within the calendar as well. I feel like drag and drop is one of those things that it may not seem like a big deal, but it saves so much time and it just makes everything so much easier. So loved that release. Let me know in the chat if you have loved that because I feel like it's a crowd pleaser. Next, we released Instagram product tagging, which was a really big feature request, I think, last year. So to have that now is super exciting. And then also showing all the posts within the HeyOrca mobile app. I know that was a really big one, especially for social media managers that are on the move a lot. I feel like having that inside your mobile app is always super, super helpful. And then, of course, Threads was launched this year, which is crazy to think. I feel like it's been around longer than it has, but it was launched this year. So we have Threads publishing with notifications. So if you are posting on Threads, you can do that in HeyOrca. Let me know in the chat if you're posting in Threads. Let me know because I feel like I actually deleted the Threads app because I just don't go into it ever, and I just wanted to take it off. So I do not look at it, but maybe it will resurge next year. We'll see. The next exciting one was we released Instagram story publishing, and that was a really big feature request for a while. So super excited to have that one. AI captions, huge time saver. Use this all the time. AI is great. So if you have been, getting that creative block, AI captions can really help with that. And we also have AI replies in our social inbox. So that was a huge feature release for us. And then another small but mighty one, media library folders. Who doesn't love organizing all of your content? And especially anyone who has a ton of photos and videos, this is an amazing feature. It just feels so good to have folders and have everything organized. And the last big one was our social inbox release. This was released for our pro users. And like I mentioned, there are AI replies within the social inbox. Social inbox is always, always, always helpful. I know Ketsia is in there like every single day. It's so helpful to have everything in one spot. So that was a really awesome release for us as well. So many good ones. And I had more I wanted to share, but I was like, okay, I can't talk forever about this. So those are the top ones. And then I grabbed a few community stats as well. If you're a part of our Facebook group, the HeyOrca community, it actually grew by 2,568 this year, which is amazing. We love having everyone in there. So yes, we're close to 5,500 members now. So love that. And I cannot believe it, but through this whole year, we've hosted 44 webinars. Crazy, insane. And a total webinar attendee number of 3,373. Crazy. It's such a large number. So definitely stay tuned. We're going to be planning out our Q1 webinar topics. So those will be announced soon. So keep an eye out for that. And Ketsia actually just sent the URL in the chat. So if you bookmark that page, you can kind of check there and watch past ones and then see what ones are coming up. And we launched our HeyOrca Stan community. So this is a private community for our top 1% users, and we welcomed 30 of them into the community this year. So that was an amazing accomplishment, and I just want to give them a shout out because I'm sure some of them are here today. So thank you so much. And that was the HeyOrca roundup. So again, keep sharing your favorite releases from the past year. And now on to the exciting part. We're going to talk about the winners of the social media awards. So I'm going to pass it over to Jessie.
Awesome. Yeah, I have always wanted to attend an award show, so I'm definitely checking this off my list. This counts for sure. Okay, so we had actually 4 different awards that we will be presenting today. One, and I'll show you them in a second, but one, Best Trend of 2023, Best Meme of 2023, Best Social Campaign, and then Best Social Update. So I will go through them now. I'll show you the contestants and then who the winner was. And if you have any guesses, put them in the chat. I want to see. So first up, Best Trend of 2023. I think that a lot of you will all recognize these. They're very popular on TikTok, especially Do You Feel Bonita, Roman Empire, I Got Married in Italy, and Bruce Almighty Typing. So I will reveal it in 5 seconds. This is your last chance to add in the comments if you have some guesses. And thank you, Melissa, for the drum roll.
I'll start it now.
Drum roll, please. And the winner is Roman Empire. Did anyone expect that one? Oh, I'm seeing tons of Roman Empires in the chat. Oh, and some Bonitas. I think we have a close second.
Sounds like a machine dying. Yeah, it's not the best drum roll noise, but bear with me. Yeah, I feel like I just had a feeling Roman Empire was going to win because it completely took over I think I still see videos about it. So not surprised.
Yeah. I also feel like it kind of incorporated itself into our vocabulary as well. Like that is my Roman Empire. So I feel like it had a lot of impact culturally.
100%. All right, 1 out of 4 complete. Let's move on to Best Meme of 2023. So we see for nominees, Kevin James. You might have seen this beautiful picture all over social media. We have Taylor Swift at football games. Personally, that was my TikTok for like a whole month. We have Rihanna at the Super Bowl, and then we have Barbie versus Oppenheimer. So drop your guesses into the comments, and in 10 seconds, I will reveal the winner. Thank you, Alyssa. Keep going. All right. The winner is Barbie versus Oppenheimer.
I knew that one was going to win. I felt it in me. That or maybe the Taylor Swift one, just because I know it didn't happen that long ago, but it was everywhere. You couldn't escape it.
Yeah.
And I think personally, no offense, but please do not attack me. And I'm saying this on live and it's being recorded. But I think with Barbie, it was fun. But with
Mhm.
Taylor, it kind of got annoying. I feel like people were over every single action of her turning into a meme. You know, like she drinks, it's a meme. She goes outside, it's a meme. It's like, let that woman live.
That is true. That is true. I felt like the Barbie one, you could do more with it. And I feel like you could really relate this one to so many different industries, brands, everything. I feel like it just worked really well with everybody.
Yeah, actually, that's a good question. If anyone used the Barbie versus Oppenheimer successfully, please drop it in the chat. I'd be curious to take a look.
Yes.
All right, award number 3, Best Social Campaign of 2023, and here are the nominees. Apple's Shot on iPhone, Another Barbie, the movie poster template, the Airbnb storytelling approach, and Dove's Real Beauty. So drop again in the comments, what do you think the winner will be this time? I laugh every time you play the drum. All right, I'm seeing a lot of Barbies. Let's see if you're all correct. Yes, I saw this everywhere on social media. Did anyone use it in their business's social medias?
I think actually, now that I think about it, we may have during one of our webinars when this was popular. So
You
yeah,
guys
I feel
did.
like it's everywhere.
On the feed. Yeah,
Yeah.
there's a post. If you guys can find it, if you look on our Instagram, if you scroll down, you should probably find a couple of Barbies in there.
Yeah, definitely. This one was good because it was so smart to get people into it. Like it was so easy to do. They had the template, you pop in your picture. It was so easy and everyone wanted to do it. Everyone wanted to incorporate it. So I feel like this one definitely deserves to win.
100%. Win twice.
Yes. Yeah, it's taking over all the categories.
All right, and we'll move to our last one, which is biggest social update of 2023. And here are the nominees. When Twitter became X, when Threads launched, when Meta verified, I don't know the end of this one, became a thing.
Yeah.
Launched, and TikTok Shop. So drop your comments or your guesses in the comments. Thank you, Alyssa. All right, we're actually seeing a lot of X's, a lot of TikTok Shop. All right, here is the answer. The winner is Twitter becoming X. Thank you for everyone who voted on the polls that Ketsia put on our social platforms. It was really great to see everyone participate and join in on this social media awards.
Thanks, Jessie. Yeah, that was fun. I loved seeing everyone's votes. I almost thought Threads was maybe gonna win that one just because it like kind of, I guess it didn't come out of nowhere, but I was just like confused by it and everyone loved it for like a week and then it just dropped off. But yeah, love it.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yes, same. I think even Twitter becoming X, we were like shocked too. I don't know. I feel like both of them are like equally shocking. But yeah, I hope Threads can leave us next year. Right? But yeah, so I'm going to get into the social media stats that you need to know before going into 2024. I think there's a bunch of stats, and thank you, Alyssa, for compiling them for us. But I think one of the things that we've been doing, we did like a social media salary compensation survey. And these are kind of the results to kind of look at the average salary per industry. And we've noticed that tech obviously has, kind of outdone the other sectors as well as the public sector when it comes to the average salary, and then the lowest being for smaller businesses. And then we also looked at the average salary increase per industry. And again, tech is one of the industries that has the highest salary increases, followed by marketing and advertising. I'm not sure if you guys know or are surprised by any of those metrics. But yeah, this is kind of what's going on. We actually have an entire blog post dedicated to this as well if you want to take a deeper dive. I'm going to link it in the, oh, well, Alyssa is going to do it apparently, but it's linked in the chat. So make sure to take a look as well. And the last category is the average salary by years of experience. So obviously, the more experience you have, the higher your salary, which I think is kind of what everyone kind of expects. Imagine you're like 7 years and you drop just in salary. But yeah, that's kind of what's going on. Again, please read the blog post because there's so much information in there. We had Lyle write an amazing blog. So make sure you go in and read it.
And I think we had a question about what currency it's in. I think this one's in USD. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm so sorry. I did not know. I'm just a messenger. Yeah, I thought it'd be higher. Yeah, I think so too. Again, it's an average, so it could, be a lot higher for some people and then a lot lower for a couple, and then you have obviously the average. But yeah, I think it's pretty on par with what I've been seeing around in the industry for sure. But other takeaways that we had in the survey were that over 90.7% were not affected by layoffs, which I think is crazy personally because I feel like we've seen so many people talk about layoffs, but then you see that it's actually just like maybe 10% of that actually got affected. 42.9% managed 5 or more accounts, which we also had in our mental health survey as well. The top 3 areas where social media managers are the most challenged or facing challenges right now are keeping up with the algorithm, declining organic reach, and managing unrealistic expectations. I think we've all kind of been there at some point. And the 3 skills that will still be relevant in 2024 is video editing, storytelling, and community building. So everyone has to get on their Zoom. That's like internet speak for saying that you have to be on top of it. And then the platform to be predicted, the biggest platform to be predicted is TikTok, followed by Instagram, and then LinkedIn, which is super interesting. I know that Facebook was our top platform for posts, but seeing that TikTok and Instagram are going to be the biggest platforms still is also really interesting. Sorry, I'm also reading kind of the comments as well.
Yeah, I think when we did this survey last year, I think the same 3 skills were the ones people predicted would be big this year. So it's interesting to see that it's kind of like, it's not like there's a huge shift in what's popular, but I feel like there just is going to be way more of all those different areas. And I think
Yes.
TikTok last year also won most predicted to be the biggest. So that's interesting that it's just like stayed the same.
Yes, for sure. I think we're going to see a lot more specialist roles for sure. Like people who specifically build communities, people who are very specialized in video editing and storytelling, just kind of those things instead of just expecting one person to work on everything in 2024. Yes. Okay. So moving on, here are some other Instagram statistics to know. So, Instagram has over 2.3 million active users, and carousels received the biggest engagement on business profiles at 0.76%. If you go on HeyOrca's page, we're always posting carousels. I think they are more digestible when it comes to educational content as well. Not sure if anyone agrees or disagrees, but I love a good carousel and just saving it for later even.
I feel like carousels were like such a huge thing this year. They were everywhere. And I love
Exactly.
carousels too, so.
So I think a lot of people are asking about the results and if they're going to be posted. Yes, actually, they're posted on our blog. So if you want to check it out, I put the link again, but there are the results and we go deeper into it. So yeah, that's where you can find it. In terms of Instagram Reels, they are shared around 1 billion times through DMs. a day. That's insane. Sorry, like shook. A day, which is absolutely crazy. But then I also realized how many reels I send to my friends daily, and it's like, okay, that makes sense if we all do it. Um, and business accounts on Instagram see an increase of 0.79% on average in follower growth. Again, that 0.79% depends on the amount of followers that you have as well. So it could be like 10, it could be 20, it could be 500. So, but that's the average like growth rate in general. And in terms of Facebook statistics that you need to know, ad reach potential on Facebook in 2023 was 1.98 billion. I don't know. Every time I say billion, I have to emphasize it because it's such a crazy, crazy number. There are 3 billion worldwide monthly active users on Facebook. I don't know. I just think it's wild. I think last year was way less. I think it was 2 point something, and now it's like 3 billion, which is insane. Adults aged 25 to 34 occupy the largest share on Facebook of users in 2023, and they're sitting at 23.6%, which is kind of what I imagine the demographic to be. I think the next demographic, I think, and again, those aren't facts, that's just what I'm thinking and speculating, would be around the 50, 40, 50 range, I
Yeah.
think, would be the second highest.
Yeah, I actually thought that would have been the highest. I think someone
Yes,
else
honestly,
just said that. Like, yeah, Haley and Heather said that. But yeah, I like, so when I think of Facebook, I think of like my parents and grandparents going on there all the time. So it's
Mhm.
interesting that like 25 to 34 is actually the biggest. Interesting.
Yeah. I think with the Reels being integrated on Facebook now,
Mhm.
I feel like more younger people would go on there and just kind of check it out and watch it, as well as like Facebook groups and communities. I don't know. I feel like that makes sense in that way, but then also it doesn't make sense. I don't know. Okay, so the next statistics to talk about are about YouTube. So YouTube is the second largest search engine globally, which I think is really interesting because I think TikTok surpassed Google in terms of like
Oh,
searching.
I feel like I may have
Yes.
seen that.
Yeah, like TikTok
Yeah.
surpassed Google, and now Google and TikTok are like working together, which is great. I think
Yeah.
it's amazing. But to see that YouTube is the second, it's insane.
Yeah.
Um, then users spend roughly over 11 minutes per session on the platform, which I think is kind of high for like any app out there. And YouTube Shorts reached 2 billion monthly logged in users as of July 2023, which again is insane when you think
Wow.
billion. That's like 1/3 of the world. I don't know. I think there's 7 billion people on the on Earth, but it could have it could be more now. But that's absolutely insane.
Does anyone post frequently on YouTube Shorts? And if you do, what has your experience been like? Have you been getting a lot of reach, or is it positive? Is it negative? Let me know in the chat. I'd love to know.
I watch TikToks on YouTube Shorts because I deleted my TikTok saying like, yeah, I'm not gonna spend time scrolling on there, and now I'm watching what I was watching on TikTok on YouTube Shorts. So yeah, that's that's definitely not the best solution, but we're recovering.
Love it. Yeah, and like to go off of the search engine point, I feel like when I say, because I was looking up like places to travel to, I didn't go to Google first. I went to TikTok and I like typed in
Mhm.
like resorts in Mexico or like different things like that. And I feel like I just get better results on TikTok because you're seeing
Yes.
people's actual experiences there. It's like not like salesy at all. It's like just straight real information. I love using TikTok as a search engine. And YouTube is similar as well. Like if I need to learn how to do something, I'm going to YouTube, not Google.
Exactly. I think on TikTok, you can actually look up a location and it will give you articles on things to do within that location
Oh,
on
nice.
TikTok, which is so cool because when I went to Puerto Vallarta, they gave me like a whole list of like things that happened per month, which was
Nice.
amazing. So definitely recommend doing that. Uh, and then in terms of TikTok, while we were actually talking about TikTok, 78.9% of users log onto TikTok for funny or entertaining content, which I think is pretty true. Two out of the three users are likely to make an in-app purchase while using the platform.
A lot.
Wallet is crying. So I'm just sighing because the amount of things I have saved to buy because of TikTok
Same.
is criminal. Like,
Right. I
on
actually
average,
just bought shoes yesterday because I saw a girl wearing them on TikTok and she loved them so much that I was like, you know what? I'm going to buy these too. And I got them. But that's happened to me multiple times. I've seen something and I'm like, I have to have it.
yes, it's actually crazy.
Mhm.
Same here. I have like a bunch of things saved for when I move. I will buy all of it. Um, and on average, users spend 23.5 hours a month on TikTok worldwide. And TikTok is used by 55% of users for researching new products. If you're a product based business or even a location, don't just think like product based, like even if you're a restaurant, you're a carpenter, you're like whatever it is that you offer in your area. On TikTok is amazing because people can Google like carpenter. Like yesterday, I was looking for a nail salon in Montreal, and I just looked up nail salon Montreal in on TikTok to just see the work and see what it
Mhm.
looked like inside. So definitely don't shy away from
Yeah.
using it.
I feel like TikTok does a really good job with, like, obviously they know your location, so they're sending you videos about, the city you're in, but I feel like they do a really good job of it because anytime I'm somewhere different and I open TikTok, I'm like immediately seeing like restaurants, things to do in that area, and I feel like that's really cool.
Exactly. I think Haley had mentioned how um Sophia Nygaard, I think, yeah, that's the one from like the old BuzzFeed. Like she does those lipstick videos where she like mixes all of them together, like Franken lipsticks. But she apparently made a whole video about TikTok products and scam ads and stuff, which honestly I haven't seen, but I'm definitely going to check it out after my workday, obviously. Yeah, super interesting. So, oh yeah, we also have our social media predictions for 2024. Really exciting because you guys also contributed to the list. So, we're definitely going to be reading some of your ideas as well. But these are our predictions for 2024. Alyssa, do you want to have a drum roll
Oh
right
yeah,
now?
here, I got it right here.
There we go. But yes, so our 2024, and when I say our, I mean our entire community of predictions is Treads will die. It's more of a
Agree.
manifestation.
Yeah.
Celebrity AI will die. I think it got attention for like 3 seconds, and then no one's caring about the celebrity AI accounts
Mhm.
anymore. We'll have stronger regulations on deepfake content. There's been very disturbing things happening with deepfake content. And I hope they put stronger regulations because it's actually insane. Personal branding will be huge in 2024. If you aren't building your personal brand, I would suggest you start doing it today. Community will be even more prominent than it was this year, for sure. I think we were really focusing on community, but now it's going to be way bigger, especially when you look at brands like Stanley and like North Face really pouring into their community and like flying on helicopters and stuff for them. I think it's going to be very big. Um, LinkedIn will grow even bigger than it is right now. I'm seeing a lot of celebrities going onto LinkedIn, but also a lot of influencers as well, like big influencers like TikTokers going onto LinkedIn. We'll have way more LinkedIn creators. I think LinkedIn is going to be developing their creator program a
Mhm.
lot more. Brands will collaborate with thought leaders. So instead of just having an influencer who like has an audience, they'll more so focus on thought leaders within the space that can give them credibility. Because I feel like a lot of trust is broken with all this stuff that happened this year with influencers lying, Lashgate, all those gates that happened. I think that, they will need thought leaders to really give them more credibility. Elon Musk gets fired. I think he wants to get fired. My theory is that he's running Twitter to the ground because he was forced to buy it and he didn't want to buy it anymore. So now he's like self-sabotaging. That's my theory.
It really does feel like that. Whenever I read updates and things that are going on, I'm like, what is going on here?
Right? And I think he's just like, why haven't you guys fired me yet? Like, obviously I suck. But apparently they're still keeping him on. There will be a new wave of YouTubers on the rise, 1000%. I think the demand for new creators and the amount of new creators on YouTube is like really like, there's a lot more demand for new faces than there are creators. So if you've been wanting to start that YouTube channel, start now because people are looking for new faces.
Do it. And like I feel like the mid 2000s YouTube like creator vibes were so great. Like I feel like I always was watching people on YouTube, but I really truly think that's gonna come back. So get on there.
Yes, me too. I hope it comes back because it was elites. Creators won't just be creators, they will have a 9 to 5 or another gig. I think creators are tired of doing the same things over and over again. I think they would use their influence in, whatever platform they've built to kind of branch out and try things that they haven't tried before. Social platforms will grow in popularity as search engines. So obviously SEO is going to be very big, especially after they saw TikTok surpass Google. I think they're going to get on their Zoom, like I say. UGC content will continue to be popular for ads. I think transparency, like I think people know obviously that ads are needed, but I think they would rather have like authentic ads than ads that are super edited. Short video content will continue to thrive. I think so too. Our attention spans are way too short now to have longer videos, but a little bit of something for everyone. We'll have more movies on TikTok. I think Mean Girls had released like their entire movies on October 3rd, and I think a lot of movies are going to start doing that. Or even if it's episodes that people commemorate, for example, like Zach and Cody, November 16th, I think maybe next year they will just release the episode on TikTok. A brand will create an exclusive social media platform. Yes, I think that's going to happen, but I think it's going to fail. Sorry to whoever is working on it right now. I think it's going to fail, but I don't know. We never know. The FTC will crack down influencers who don't disclose their ads. I think the FTC needs to be stricter. I don't think they're doing anything. I think they're just releasing articles, but they're not actually following through. So please do, because so many of those influencers are a little bit shady, tiny bit. And then more authentic influencers. Big influencers are not relatable anymore. I literally just saw a video of like Emma Chamberlain on my feed earlier, and the comments,
I've seen that
they
a
are
lot
tired.
too. Yeah.
Yes, they are tired because she was like, I haven't looked at my bank account in 3 years.
Yeah.
And the comments, oh my God, I feel so bad for her. And there will be more micro influencers as well. So those are, I take back my comment. There you go. No, like I think she's really like kind of, not relatable anymore, which is fine. But, I think people are a little bit disheartened. Yeah, there you go. Gianna saw that TikTok too.
Yeah, I feel like, and I posted about this on LinkedIn yesterday, and some people made some comments that were really good because it's like micro influencers are great, but then once they grow into bigger creators, then that's when they kind of lose touch of like their original audience and like the goals that they had. So I feel like we'll see if like those bigger creators can like stay authentic and like just remember what their audience actually wants to see, because I feel like that can be difficult once you like have this huge platform and you're getting all these brand deals and all these different things. It's probably hard to like stick to your roots, but I think that more will have to do that to like really feel relatable.
100%. I think the ones who are going to stay are the ones who, like I said, like commented on your post, are the ones who are going to have other things outside of just influencing, like having a job, a business, a hobby, like whatever it is. And then influencing is just kind of on the cherry on top, rather
Yeah.
than people who only do influencing.
So true. I love TikTokers who have like a normal 9 to 5 job, but then they're like so big on TikTok. I love that. I love
Yeah.
when I see that.
Like the beekeeper lady. She
Yeah,
like saves the bees and she has like a huge TikTok.
I love it. Awesome.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that's all of our predictions. If you have any more that maybe didn't make it on the list, share them in the chat. We love to see them. And I'm going to save these slides. And a year from now, we're going to look back and see if any of these predictions actually came true, because that will be really cool. So we'll see what 2024 holds for us. But I know we have a few minutes left, so I'm going to start the giveaways. So like I mentioned earlier, head to our Instagram if you haven't yet. Vote on our poll. I'll give you a couple seconds if you haven't already. We'll be choosing a winner from there. And then I took down everyone's names who were saying their favorite HeyOrca release this year. So we'll do a random generator for that. And then you have 24 hours to, post on Instagram story, LinkedIn, X, whatever you want to post on. Let us know you were in this webinar and share some of your predictions with us, because we love to hear them. And yes, make sure to tag us. All right, so I'm going to go into our Instagram and let's pick a winner here. So let me get it open. All right, so people are sometimes like, how do you pick the winner? I literally am just not looking and like scrolling and put my finger down. So we'll do that now. The winner it's a brand account. So I hope that they're here, but it was Rise. If someone from Rise is here, let me know.
Like RISE?
Yes. I'll give you a second, and then if you're not here, we'll redraw. So we'll do the HeyOrca one next. So the HeyOrca winner, let me get the generator going. The HeyOrca winner is Kara Howell. Kara, congratulations. You are our winner. So I'm going to be sending you an email after this, and we'll get you your merch store points. So keep an eye out for that. So I think I'm going to redraw for the Instagram one, since I don't think they're here. So let's do it again. The winner is Amber Tate. Amber, and I think you actually won like a month or so ago as well. So you're on a roll right now. So Amber and Kara, you're our winners. And I'll be messaging you after this and getting you your merch store points. And then remember, there's still one more giveaway. So you have 24 hours to tag us on social. Let us know your predictions for next year, and we will be contacting you at the end of the day tomorrow. So keep an eye out for that. Awesome. Well, that is everything. And this was so much fun. I always love hearing everyone's predictions and thoughts of everything that went on during the year. And I feel like whenever I gather things for this webinar, I like realize how much actually happened this year. Sometimes you forget, and when you look back on it, you're like, wow, there was so many changes this year. So we will see what 2024 has to bring. So really excited for our webinars to come back in January. So stay tuned for that. If you're part of our newsletter, you'll be the first to know what topics are coming up. And yeah, we will see you guys in the new year.
See you next year.
Guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.